Hey everyone, Richard Metalfan here. We're almost done with the Dark Tranquillity discography, and today we're going to be talking about Construct, album number 10 from the band, released on May 27th, 2013. Now, this album, from after We Are the Void, I feel like this album was written, from what I heard, was like the darkest period he had in the band's history. Um, and a lot of the things happened like before this album. Their bass player, forget his name, had left, and actually Martin Henriksen, who was originally their bass player but then switched to guitar on after a projector, but then he actually filled in on bass. And I don't know what the whole, but this album is totally like different compared to We Are the Void. And a lot of people, well, from what I've heard some people like this album, and a lot of people don't really don't like it. But I've heard for my take on it. I think it's a okay, pretty solid album. I feel like there's a lot of things that they could have done a lot better. I just think Mikkel's vocals are pretty great, especially his cleans and harsh vocals. The guitar work is pretty solid, and just the keyboards, just like I mentioned before, ever since they got in Martin and in the band, it just adds a lot more depth and atmosphere. And just the drumming wise is just pretty solid. So let's just dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is For Broken Words. Now, this pretty much sets up to what is to expect for this album. Melodic guitars, slightly disturbing lyrics, and some a little bit of like progressive element. And it's in there, and it has a pretty, song itself is pretty good. It has like and pretty much an odd song structure. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good way to start off this album. Then we lead into the science of noise. I can't even speak today, guys. I'm sorry. Has a really catchy chorus, which has some also great melodic guitar passages. And then we move on to Uniformity, which I feel like for me, after the first two songs, I feel like this song is the most difficult song to get into, because I feel like it focuses on a more of a lethargic mood. It's sort of like some repetitive guitars and a drum solo. It's an odd song, but it should give it time. I mean, it'll grow on yourself. And then the silence in between, which pretty much has some really great guitar work, but it's just it foods with simple rock music, but also just has like a lot of different influences that keeps it like really diverse. Has some fiery short riffs, and I really love like Dark Tranquillity's his use of like the string skipping and just some great tremolo picked bridge, which is I think is a pretty good song. Moving on to Apathetic. Now this is pretty much one of the fastest and the most aggressive songs the band has pretty much written since probably Character. It also has some really great drumming from Anders Barp and another kick-ass solo. Moving on to What Only You Know. Now, this song features mostly clean vocals from Mikkel Stani. It's just strong, and it just really invokes a great emotion, and the choir effect and the keyboards are paced with great effect, especially after like the chorus where the drums pick up the tempo, especially when the night is long and the will is weak. There's some really great lyrics in there, and then the keyboards really just overpower the song in general. End Time Hearts. Now, this is a strange song, but it's amazing. It has everything amazing. Just the rage from Mikkel, sort of like a very pop-like chorus, and a very good pre-chorus, and a great solo. State of Trust. Now, this song, kind of similar to What Only You Know, is dominated by clean vocals, and it's a standout that within sort of like the recent catalog. But this, yet again, it doesn't disappoint. Then moving on to Weight at the End. Now this is another song that has some nice riffing with some signature keys that Dr. Cooley has since Projector and Haven. And this song, I feel like musically could have been on something like Character. It's heavy in places and it's melodic in others, but the mix of both has always worked for this band, and I feel like this song works as well. None Becoming. Now this song, it just doesn't really do anything for me. It's pretty much slow, and I feel like it could have been so much more, because I feel like the keys in this song provide a lot of atmosphere, but I do think the highlights that I've mentioned from here pretty much doesn't like take away from the album as a whole. And then we go on to Immortal Memorial. I feel like this song kind of lacks aggression, but yet it's sort of like in the heavy department and it's full of like catchy riffs, and they threw in a bit of an oddball ball in there. But I don't know, it just feels like the different style that they're pretty much known for. And then it closes with an instrumental called Photon Dreams, which I feel like, I don't know. No, it's an okay song. I just the I don't know. I can't even speak today, guys. I'm sorry. But overall, Construct by Dark Tranquillity is a totally different album compared to what we've heard so far, especially album 10. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give Construct by Dark Tranquillity and 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I feel like there's some great stuff, but I feel like they could have done a little bit better. So yeah, that's my review of the album, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.